must your conscience my acquittance seal, and you must put me in your heart for friend, sith you have heard, and with a knowing ear, that he which hath your noble father slain pursue my life.
It well appears, but tell me, why you not against these feats, so criminal and so capital in nature, as by your safety, greatness and wisdom, all things else, you mainly were stirred up?
Oh, for two special reasons, which may to you perhaps seem much unswined, but yet to me they're strong. The queen his mother lives almost by his looks, and for myself she is so to my life and soul, that as the star moves not but in his sphere, I could not but by her. The other motive why to a public count I might not go is the great love the general gender bear him, who dipping all his faults in their affection, works like the spring that turneth wood to stone, convert his gyves to graces, so that my arrows too slightly timbered for so would have reverted to my bow again, but not where I have aimed them.
And so have I a noble father lost, a sister driven to desperate terms, whose worth if praises may go back again, still challenger on mount of all the age for perfections, but my revenge will come.
Break not your sleeps for that. You must not think that we are made of stuff so flat and dull that we can let our beard be shook with danger and think it pastime. You surely shall I hear more. I loved your father, and we love ourselves, and that I hope will teach you to imagine.
Letters, my lord, from Hamlet. These to your majesty, this to your queen.
From Hamlet? Who brought them?
Sailors, my lord, they say. I saw them not. They were given me by Claudio. He received them of him that brought them.
Laertes, you shall hear them. Leave us. High and mighty you shall know I am set naked on your kingdom. Tomorrow shall I beg leave see your kingly eyes, when I shall first asking your pardon there unto recount the occasion of my sudden and more strange returns. Hamlet. What should this mean? Are all the rest come back?
Know you the hand?
'Tis Hamlet's character, naked, and in proscript here he says alone. Can you advise me?
Am lost in it, my lord, but let him come. It warms the very sickness in my heart, that I shall live and tell him to his teeth. Thus didst thou.
If it be so, Laertes, as how should it be so? How otherwise? Will you be ruled by me?
Ay, my lord, so you will not o'errule me to a peace.
To thine own peace, if he be now returned as checking at his voyage, and that he means no more to undertake it, I will work him to an exploit. Now rip in my device, under the which he shall not choose but fall, and for his death no wind of blame shall breathe, but even his mother shall uncharge the practice and call it accident.
My lord, I will be ruled, the rather if you could devise it so, that I might be the organ.
It falls right. You have been talked by since your travel much, and that in Hamlet's hearing for a quality wherein they say you shine. Your sum of parts did not together pluck such envy from him as did that one, and that in my regard of the unworthiest siege.
What part is that, my lord?
Very riband in the cap of youth, yet needful too, for youth no less becomes the light and careless livery that it wears than in settled age his sables and his weeds, importing health and graveness. 2 months since, where was the gentleman of Normandy? I've seen myself and served against the French, and they can well on horseback. But this gallant had witchcraft in't. He grew unto his sea, and to such wondrous doing brought his horse, as he had been in corpse and demi-natured with the brave beast. So far he topped my thought, that I in forgery of shapes and tricks come short of what he did.
A Norman was? Upon my life, Layman.
The very same.
I know him well. He is the brooch, indeed, a gem of all the nation.
He made me confession of you, and gave you such a masterly report for art and exercise in your defense, and for your rapier most especially, that he cried out 'twould be a sight indeed, if one could match you. Sir, this report of his did Hamlet so envenom with his envy, that he could nothing do but wish and beg your sudden coming or to play with him. Now out of this.
What's out of this, my lord?
Laertes, was your father dear to you? Or are you like the painting of a sorrow, a face without a heart?
Why ask you this?
Not that I think you did not love your father, but that I know love is begun by time, and that I see, in passages of proof, time qualifies the spark and fire of it, and nothing is at a like goodness still. For goodness, growing to a pleurisy, dies in his own too much, that we would do we should do when we would. For this would changes and hath abtements, and delays as many as there are tongues, our hands, our accidents, and then this should is like a spendthrift sigh that hurts of easing, but too quick o'er the ulcer, Hamlet comes back. And what would you undertake to show yourself your father's son in deed more than in words?
To cut his throat if the church.
No place indeed should murder sanctuarize. Revenge should have no bounds. But good Laertes, will you do this? Keep close within your chamber. Hamlet returned shall know you are come home. We'll put on those shall praise your excellence, and set a double varnish on the frame the Frenchman gave you. Bring you in fine together, and wager on your heads. We, being remiss, most generous, and free from all contriving, will not pursue the foils, so that, with ease, or with a little shuffle, you may choose a sword unbaited, and in a passive patience requite him for your father.
I will do it, and for that purpose I'll anoint my sword. I bind unction of a mountebank, for mortal that but dip a knife in it, where it draws blood no cataclysm so rare. Collected from all simples that have virtue, under the moon can save the thing from death, that is but scratched with all. I'll touch my point with this conjugan, that if I gall him slightly, it may be death.
Go.
Let's further think of this. Weigh what convenience both of time and means may fit us to our shape, if this should fail. And what our drink look through our bad performance. 'Twere better not essay therefore this project, should have a back or second that might hold. If this should blast in proof, soft, let me see. We'll make a solemn wager on your cunnings, I have. When in your motion you are hot and dry, as make your bouts more violent to that end, and that he calls for drink. I'll prepare him a chalice for the nonce, whereon but sipping, if he by chance escape your venom stuck, our purpose may hold there.